Have you ever wondered where the electrifying genre of rock music originated? It all began in the late 1940s, a time of great transition and change. The genre was born from a vibrant fusion of country music and the soulful rhythms of blues. This was a time when music was evolving, breaking the barriers of tradition and convention. But who were the pioneers of this movement? Who dared to push the boundaries of the established norms? One name stands out: Chuck Berry. In the 1950s, Berry took the music world by storm, his powerful riffs and compelling lyrics bringing rock music into the mainstream. His energy was infectious, his passion palpable, and his impact on the genre undeniable. His influence, along with other groundbreaking artists of the time, laid the foundation for what rock music is today. It was a time of exploration and experimentation, of daring to defy the status quo. And from this bold defiance, a new era of music was born. Thus, the 1950s marked the birth of an era that would revolutionize the music industry forever. As the 1960s rolled in, rock music started to embrace sex and rebellion, with the Rolling Stones leading the charge. The Stones, with their gritty, raw sound, embodied the spirit of the decade, pushing boundaries and challenging the status quo. The 1970s saw rock music take a darker, more complex turn. Bands like Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd began to experiment with their sound, incorporating elements of blues, folk, and even classical music. Their music was marked by intricate arrangements, progressive structures, and lyrical depth, creating a soundscape that was as immersive as it was innovative. Towards the late 1970s, however, a new wave of rock music emerged that sought to simplify the genre. Punk rock, with its raw energy and stripped-down sound, was a stark contrast to the more elaborate compositions of the earlier part of the decade. It was loud, it was rebellious, and it was unapologetically simple. The 1980s brought with it the emergence of industrial rock and post-punk as subgenres. Industrial rock combined rock music with electronic and experimental music, creating a sound that was both harsh and futuristic. Post-punk, on the other hand, was a direct response to the commercialization of punk, offering a more complex and varied sound. Alternative rock also began to rise in popularity during this decade. This genre was defined by its rejection of the mainstream, embracing a wide range of influences from punk to new wave, and even folk and country. Bands like Rem and the Smiths were at the forefront of this movement, paving the way for the grunge explosion of the 1990s. The diversity and adaptability of rock music was clearly showcased in these decades, with the genre constantly reinventing itself. The 1990s saw the dominance of alternative rock, marked by the iconic Nirvana's Nevermind, but by mid-1990s, it started to decline. However, as the decade was coming to a close, mainstream rock made a thunderous comeback. Bands like Limp Bizkit and Staind burst onto the scene, their music a potent blend of heavy metal and hip-hop elements. They brought a fresh intensity to the rock scene, reinvigorating the genre and capturing the attention of a new generation of fans. At the same time, the Red Hot Chili Peppers continued to find success. Their unique blend of funk, punk, and psychedelic rock kept them at the forefront of the music industry. With their infectious energy and bold lyrics, they reminded everyone that rock music was not just about the sound, but also about the attitude. Then came the dawn of the 21st century, a new era that brought with it a wave of rock acts like Linkin Park and Three Doors Down. These bands were not afraid to incorporate different influences into their music, from electronica to pop, creating a sound that was both familiar and innovative. Linkin Park, with their fusion of heavy metal and rap, became one of the defining bands of the early 2000s, their music resonating with fans around the globe. Three Doors Down, on the other hand, leaned more towards post-grunge and alternative rock. Their heartfelt lyrics and melodic sound earned them a spot in the hearts of many, proving once again that rock music could be as soulful as it was energetic. Despite these varying influences, all these bands maintained the spirit of rock. They understood that at its core, rock music was about raw emotion and the freedom to express oneself without constraints. It's this spirit that has allowed rock music to endure and evolve, adapting to the changing times while still staying true to its roots. Even in the 21st century, rock music continues to evolve while staying true to its roots, echoing the rebellious spirit and raw energy that defined its inception. From the late 1940s to the present day, rock music has left an indelible mark on the global music scene. It's been a thrilling journey, from the fusion of country and blues that gave birth to rock, the rebellious energy of the 60s, to the complex, darker tones of the 70s. We've seen punk simplify rock, alternative rock dominate the 90s, and mainstream rock making a comeback in the new millennium. Today, bands like Linkin Park and Three Doors Down carry the torch, infusing new influences while keeping the spirit of rock alive. The journey of rock music, from its humble beginnings to its global dominance, is indeed a testament to its timeless appeal and enduring legacy.